The movie begins with a woman, Ramona, watching a video of a discussion with her dead husband over and over again until she is interrupted by her son, Taylor. He tells her that the power is out and she needs to call the electrical company. She says a prayer for strength before getting out of bed with her crutches. She greets her daughter, Annie, and realizes she can't call the electrical company because her phone is dead. Taylor goes around the house, feeding the chickens and the dog, Charlie. While preparing food to eat, Taylor realizes that they are out of matchsticks, so he goes up to the attic to get a lighter from his dad's belongings. They all sit down to eat and are laughing together until they feel sad after remembering that their father is not there with them. Charlie vomits because he wasn't given dog food as they didn't have any. Taylor takes the dog to his chain outside. Ramona gets a flashback of the accident, which is interrupted by her son telling her there's a woman in the yard. Her children ask her who the woman in the yard is, and she doesn't know. Annie says that their father would know what to do about this situation, and this makes Ramona go out to talk to the woman. She calls out to the woman from afar, but the woman doesn't respond, so she decides to go closer. After saying her name, she asks the woman what she wants, and the woman says she doesn't want anything. Ramona tells her that if she doesn't want anything, then she should get off her property, but she replies with something that Ramona doesn't understand. Ramona tells her that her husband will be back soon, so she needs to leave, but the woman lets her know that she knows about the death of her husband. She tells Ramona that today is the day and that she came because Ramona called. She then opens her palms to reveal blood, and this startles Ramona. Ramona runs towards the car to attempt to turn it on and power her phone, but the car doesn't start. Charlie is barking nonstop, and the woman opens her palms again, which shuts Charlie up. The children, seeing this from inside the house, are scared, and Taylor decides to go out there, but not before arming himself. He is stopped by his mother, who is now in the house and is locking everywhere so that no one goes outside. She offers the children ice cream, and Annie is excited, but Taylor is the opposite of excited. He suggests that Ramona gets their father's gun, and if she doesn't, he will. This makes Ramona angry, and she sends him to his room, but he doesn't oblige. She breaks a mug while shouting at him to go to his room, and he eventually goes. She cleans the mess and goes to tell Taylor that once the power is back on, she will make a call and get the woman out of there. Annie alerts her that the woman is closer, and they all look outside. Ramona checks the stitches on her injury while Annie does some schoolwork, and Taylor is just sitting there, looking outside the window. Ramona then notices that she has not heard Charlie's bark in a while, and she goes outside to look for Charlie. She continues dragging his chain, hoping to find him, but is disappointed when she finds out that there's nothing at the end of the chain. Taylor wakes up from sleep and starts throwing a ball at the wall. His mother tells him to stop. He suggests that they drive to the neighbor's house to use their phones to make a call, but she tells him that she can't drive in her condition and that he is not old enough to drive. He offers to walk, but she tells him that he is not going anywhere. He calls her a bitch and continues throwing the ball. She grabs the ball and throws it out of the window. In her anger, she yells at Annie for getting her work wrong. She apologizes to Annie and asks for a hug. She is hugging Annie when she stabs Annie in the back. She finds out that it's not real, as it was a pillow she stabbed, and then Annie cries out from the kitchen because she has been hurt. Ramona takes Annie upstairs and applies a band-aid. Taylor suspects that all that's happening is because of the woman in the yard, so he takes a rod and goes outside. He calls out for Charlie, but gets no response, and he notices that the woman is now closer. He tries to sneak into the garage, but the woman saw him run. He enters the car and tries to start it, but it doesn't come on. He then looks at the woman, but she disappears while he is looking. He can feel the presence of someone coming by the garage and stays prepared to hit the person when he finds out that it's his mother. She yells at him to go back into the house. They get into an argument about how she has been lying to them all day, and in a fit of anger, she throws something at him. He goes inside to get the gun while his mother follows him, telling him that she's sorry and that he shouldn't do that, but he ignores her and locks her inside a room. He takes the gun and goes outside to the woman and tells her to leave before he shoots, as she is trespassing. She stands up and removes the veil from her face. She uses shadows to distract him and then tells him about something his mother lied to him about. Ramona begs Annie to help her open the door, and when she does, she sees Taylor standing there with the gun. He confronts her and asks her what happened the night of the accident that killed their father. She says that when they went out, she told her husband that she was not happy with this new house, and the husband reminded her that she said she was happy with it before they moved. After having an argument, she takes the car keys and drives them home on a rainy night. While driving, she was distracted because she saw the same woman in her rearview mirror. This caused the accident, and she admits that she lied to them, that the father was the one driving. While they are still discussing, they hear Annie scream and go to meet her. They notice that the woman uses shadows to control things and realize that she cannot use shadows if everywhere is dark. They close all the windows and run to somewhere completely dark, which was the attic. In the attic, the woman uses the little light to drag Annie's leg, but Taylor runs over to the window to cover it. They believe they are safe because they are in complete darkness and she can't get in, but they still hear sounds, and Taylor points the flashlight and sees the woman's chair. They try to fight the woman, but the woman ends up taking Annie. Ramona finds out that that is also not real, and she tells Taylor to take his sister and leave the room. She points the gun at the woman in the corner, telling her to leave. But the woman tells her that she has waited for long to see the gun in her hands. The woman says that she is there to help Ramona, like Ramona asked her to, because when she asks for strength, she is asking for the strength to take her life. She is like an angel of death that came to help her take her life. She convinces Ramona to take her life, and Ramona asks if her children will be okay. She shows Ramona visions of what her children will be like in the future if she is not there, and Ramona is convinced. Ramona tells her that she wants to tell her children goodbye first, and the woman agrees. She takes them outside and tells them to leave for the neighbor's house and that she has something to take care of. Her daughter comes back to give her mother her pet penguin as a goodbye. She goes back in, and the woman helps her set the gun to her jaw and also puts her hand on the trigger before leaving. She finds the strength not to kill herself, and she goes outside. She meets her children, and they all go to the house together. The power came back on, and Charlie also came back. They all go into the house together, and they are happy that they are together. Thank you for watching, guys. If you love movies, please subscribe to this channel and keep watching. Bye.